Can you guess what bird makes this sound? If you guessed an ibis, then you're right. The native Australian ibis has white plumage covering their entire bodies with a tuft of cream at their chests. However, as dirt and muck build up, they develop a musty yellow tint. Their beaks are then long, pointed and downturned, skinny like their pinkish-black chicken legs. Despite the fluffiness of their bodies, their heads and neck are completely featherless, being black and kind of scaly. Here's your first fun fact. Ibises can blush. During mating season, the dull pink patch of skin beneath their wings turns dark scarlet. They have many local nicknames, like the bin chicken, because of its tendency to scavenge after scraps, or the farmer's friend, because in rural areas they flock to hordes of insects like locusts, then feast upon them. Their scientific name is Threskiornithione molica, and their aboriginal name is Gunia dia. This means large bird who excretes or poops a lot. Now before we dive any deeper, remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Ibises are literally found everywhere in Queensland. I, for one, have seen them in the city, at school, and even in cafeterias if the doors are left open. Their population has expanded from just northern and eastern Australia to across the entire rural and urban landscapes, except Tasmania. This is because although they prefer wetlands, drought and changing climate has made them very adaptable, particularly as the water systems that we've developed steer the water away from traditional ibis habitats, reducing their ability to breed. Ibises will raise up to 3 clutches of babies a season. In other words, they'll raise 3 batches of 4 to 7 eggs. Then whilst other birds would have a female sitting on the eggs and the male defending, ibises alternate between sitting on the eggs. They even bow and greet each other before changing. How respectful is that? Once hatched, chicks will stay with their parents for 48 days until leaving their nests. Moving on to breeding seasons, they typically start in August and end in the following April. However, it depends on the location conditions, like climate. For example, whilst Brisbane ibises breed around this time, Sydney ibises breed earlier, from June to February. How long they breed is also dependent, but dependent on different factors, like enough resources provided by the environment. But prior to the babies, the mums and dads must mate. This is how. Male ibises claim territories and threaten any rivals lurking by. Once a female is attracted to the territory, the males bow deeply on their perched branches. The female will show interest by coming closer. The males respond by flying down and presenting a twig in their beak. Like accepting an engagement ring, the female will accept it. The two become officially mated as they preen each other. Preening means the tidying or cleaning of each other's feathers with their beaks. Don't you find it amazing how similar their mating process is to the marriage of humans? Like, instead of a diamond ring, it's a twig. They're everywhere, so keep your eyes peeled out for them. And remember, although they'll eat anything from insects, locusts, and scraps from nature and humans, do not feed them. It could be bad for them, and it'll make them more dependent to be fed, rather than scavenge for their own food. Well, that wraps up ibises. Give us some feedback on this video in the comments, and we'll see you next time, bird buddies.